American Patriot Stacker takes the first last video. Congratulations. I make my coffee in the morning, and I put it in a thermos. Whoop-de-doo. I got 5 centenarios. This stack here is 6 ounces of gold. And no, she's not wearing a shirt. I digress so quickly. Or is that progression? I don't know. Can you hit the like button, please? I'm up at dark making a video before I go to work all day. I can't retire off 5 centenarios. I got stuff to do. Cheers, friendo. I'm so glad you're here. We're gonna have so much fun today. I figure I'll have a cup of coffee and I'll add these mercury dimes to my jaw. Immediately, I can't help but think to myself, what's my plan? What have I gotten myself into? What have you gotten yourself into? What are you doing? Hopefully, you have a cup of coffee too. I don't know why I care. I do though. Yeah, so it's dawning on me that this last Merc dime purchase, it was a rather hefty amount of silver to be adding to my stack, which is a bit lofty for my position in life. Plus, I got other things I'm buying. I need to pick up a centenario at the end of this month. If you're new, I said to myself, I'm going to buy one of these every 6 months. A 1.2 troy ounce gold coin. Yeah, that's less than 20 days away, and I really don't have much cash. And I think they're like $4,000. Yeah, that's all right. It can make me a bit anxious sometimes looking at the big picture. That's okay, though. I got to learn to deal with that. Take a deep breath. And remember, nothing's going to be okay. Or is everything going to be okay? I don't know. So just do your best. Unless that's not good enough, then do better. I believe it's important to have goals that are much bigger than who we are right now. How about you? What do you think about goals? Do you make goals? Do you write them down? You know that's a big deal, right? I don't write them down as much as I should. Clear, written goals not only highlight what we should be doing, but they also make the things that we maybe should not be doing stand out. Or even worse, things that take us away from where we want to go in the other direction. I got that feeling that I talk about all the time, where the guy's riding by on the horse and someone says, "Where you going?" And he replies, "I don't know. Ask the horse." I think I'm being hard on myself, though, because I've developed habits. I have daily and weekly routines. I even have a twice-a-year routine, buying the centenario. So I guess I'm on autopilot, and it's not a bad autopilot. I mean, once in a while, I need to pay attention. I guess, especially if it's time to land the plane and I need a $4,000 gold coin. I've been buying an old silver dollar every week for almost 2 years. I have 102 of them. It's wild. I don't like telling people to go watch some of my older videos, but if you look at some of my old shorts, you'll see where I started buying an old silver dollar each week. There was only like 1, 2, 3, numbers, adding, time. I do not delete videos. I leave all my old videos up, and there's a reason why I do it. If I make it to where I'm trying to go, or to maybe some really good place in general, I want people to see how ignorant I was, how undisciplined I was, and still am. You can always be more disciplined. I know, that does not sound like fun. But disciplines and habits are just a budget of time and efforts that you make for yourself. You decide what benefits you want, and you're going to enjoy them. It's going to be fun. And if you don't have very many good habits, or you're not very disciplined, it's going to be better than you think. You only need discipline or willpower for a little while until you form the habit. You maybe quit smoking or eating sugar. The first 3, 4, 5 days, those can be tough and require discipline. I got a cheat code for that. Take time off work and just sleep through it. You quit smoking or eating sugar, just wake up, brush your teeth, eat a melatonin or something, and go right back to bed. I know, easier said than done. Anyhow, I guess what I'm getting at is, maybe I do have a plan. Accumulating these mercury dimes is kind of exciting, because unlike my other goals, this one has a moving target. I'm trying to stack a mercury dime for every subscriber that I have as a physical representation of the audience. I have almost 1,400 mercs now, and I have almost 5,000 subscribers. So what you see here represents, I think, a little over 25% of the wealthy community, which, if you're not in it and you find yourself enjoying this video, hit the subscribe button, stick around. It's okay, I'll buy another dime. I'm closing that gap. I used to have less than 18% of a representation of the audience, but clever me bought more dimes and stopped making videos. So the subscribers kind of slowed down. It was a genius plan, or a bad plan. You know, it's really difficult to self-actualize sometimes, especially when you know the Dunning-Kruger effect. It's like if you think you're smart, you're not. If you think you're not smart, you are. But if you think that you're smart because you're probably not smart, well then, you probably are not smart. And if you realize all of that, well then you probably are. It's a frustrating theory. Although I would say we are not something all of the time. Sometimes we're smart, sometimes we're not so smart. Sometimes we're brave, and sometimes we're not. So anyhow, if you're new around here, you may see the gold coins, the stack of old silver dollars, this hefty jar of mercury dimes, and you may think that I have a good job or something, or perhaps an affluent family. Or you might be loaded and think I'm a pauper, and you're not off by much, if you are. Realistically, my wealth is probably above average. But like I said before, I work crap jobs. You wouldn't know I'm some lord of an underworld when you see me with a mop in my hand. Or some twerp talking at me like I'm a dog. That might strike some chords with you and irritate you when you hear about that. But under the surface of what is me to the general public is an army of gold, silver, investments, tools, and even a network waiting to rise. No one in my life or in passing knows about my channel, and those on my channel don't know about my life. Although, I feel more comfortable telling you how much of a loser I am than telling other losers how much a winner I am. But remember, nothing's gonna be okay anyway, so we may as well enjoy the journey. I'm not worried about not spending all my money if I should pass. I look at these silver coins and I see cigarettes I opted not to smoke. I see drinks I opted not to drink. I could throw all this in the trash and I'd still be better off than if I had spent it on all the bad habits I used to have. So, is this greed? I don't think so. Is the accumulation of this money, was it immoral? Absolutely not. Quite the contrary. You don't hear very often that the pursuit of money actually led to morality. But it makes sense. People generally don't pay you unless you're useful to society. And if you build a sizable reserve of the money that you worked for and earned, in time you'll find that you're just a less desperate person. And desperation leads to crime or immoral acts. Also, you may find yourself less reactionary. You don't have to jump whenever somebody says jump. You have plenty of money. Or you may start batching, buying things in bulk so you don't have to go to the store every time you need something. And that can greatly reduce your stress. Stress is bad for you, and it can make you do bad things. Not just give you a snappy temper, but it could lead you to eat a couple cookies or smoke cigarettes and drink or whatever. All right, comment, hit like, that's it. That is it! Thousandaire Radio, wicked shout. Join the pen pals. You can now write me at The Thousandaire Collector, 1700 Sullivan Trail, Suite 7, Box 111, Easton, Pennsylvania, 18040. Don't forget to include your info so I can put you on my mailing list.